Hello, good afternoon. It's my great honor to be here this afternoon to discuss with you about traditional Chinese medicine. Okay, can you see the clear? So this afternoon we are going to discuss about international promotion and the practice of Chinese medicine in the context of globalization. I'm from Wenzhou Medical University. I'm a professor and the chief physician of traditional Chinese medicine. Maybe we will ask the question, does the Chinese medicine diagnosis and treatment still have a place today? Maybe this question is not only from the young generation, as my daughter, and also from the old people among the world. You see there are two pictures here. First is my daughter. Now she is a medical doctor, also working in the Wenzhou Medical University, first affiliated hospital. When she studied PhD program in Shanghai of China, she asked me about, as we know, the medicine is highly advanced. Until now, why we should still continue to study the traditional Chinese medicine? I mentioned to her like this. You know, as a Chinese medicine, we can trace back for 5,000 years. This model of medicine, it exists for so long time and play an important role in prevent and treat disease. So, and even until now, this model still, we can use this to treat the disease. So do you think it's needed to be further studied or not? She seems to understand. And also many years, 20 years ago, I was working in Brazil, African country. The Namibia. The president of Namibia, he also asked me about what's the traditional Chinese medicine. It still works. Really, it works. So now we see something happened. The pandemic of COVID-19. The area of January last year, I been working in the world for anti-COVID-19 in Wenzhou second affiliated hospital. And after I finished my work for the half months, and then returned to the hotel and as a quarantine, stay at the hotel. And nearly just that time, my friend from Germany, you see, it's also 21st of January, he also called me from Germany. He mentioned that in his company, many people, they are suffering from flu. Really, this is flu. At that time, no report about the case as a COVID-19, but only flu. Even in my friend, his company, there are also many staff member, they catch flu. So, but as a medical doctor, we're still very worried about the situation because day by day, more and more people, they get flu. As a pneumonia, such as cough, chest pain, fever, I suggest them to go to the health hospital, to the X-ray, chest X-ray, to sure whether they are get the pneumonia or not. To the further research, to the further test, what kind of virus causes this flu? But no answer. But at the end, they think it's only flu. Okay, it's only flu. So just a little bit of time later, in Italy, also many people, they told me that their family have some family, they also have suffered from the COVID-19 in Italy. We may say it's only the 6th of March. It's really the early days of the pandemic break out. So we set up the group of WeChat, and then many people join. We talk, discuss how to prevent the COVID-19. Luckily, at the early stage of this pandemic happened, in Italian, many Chinese people, especially from Wenzhou city, Wenzhou, this area, they are little bit, nearly 0% catch the pandemic, catch the COVID-19. And a little bit later on, also we notice the time. It's just 8th of March. One old people, 73 years old. Actually, he is our Wenzhou Medical University alumni, a medical professional. He worked in the French, but he catch the COVID-19 virus, have been infected with the fever, cough, chest pain, difficulty breathe. He quarantined himself at home. But as we know at that time, they merely no medicine can help him. Because we don't have vaccine. We don't have any kind of anti the COVID-19 virus effective drug. But this man, he looked for Chinese medicine. And call from France and to contact Wenzhou Medical University, invite me to give him a treatment with the herbal medicine. Luckily, with the herbal therapy, day by day, the old man getting better and better. First is the fever, keep normal, and then the difficulty breathing, day by day, it's getting better. So we notice this poll, it's just contain a flame at the beginning. Actually, I gave him about 20 days treatment with herbal medicine. And also, it's likely he can find Chinese herbals in French. And then, just in the early 2nd of April, also one family, also from France, the whole family, five people, parents, with the kids, 3 kids. All of them total catch COVID-19. They don't know how, they don't know at that time, they don't know how to get help. Also ask for Wenzhou Medical University to help them. And also again, invite me to give them treatment. I give them herbal therapy again. Also, family, as you know, who member, 5 people, all of them get quickly recover. So, as a Chinese medicine, we think we can say as a traditional Chinese medicine, it's effective. If especially we see in front of this sort of so severe, widespread the pandemic disease, it also still works. Okay, another story, as we know in 1972, okay, long time ago, sure. The 26th July, the front page of New York Times, they press 2 news. First is Apollo 15 spacecraft is about to lift. Yeah, but at that time you see, it's 1972. The spacecraft is about to lift. Very, very big news. And the second news, also big news, is that one of the most famous journalists reporter, he wrote a report, published also a report about his experience in China. The topic I like this now about my operation in Beijing, in Peking. Okay, during that time, he came to China to want to do some report about China, and luckily, this guy, he suffered from acute inflammation. So admitted at the hospital. During the treatment, so people in China, doctors give him acupuncture therapy to help, and also as well combined with the operation. So luckily, he also gets quickly recovered. Afterward, when he totally recovered, he wrote a report about his experience in China. Amazing. This is an amazing story. Afterward, people in the Western country, many people, doctors, scientists, even the politicians, they are coming to China. So afterward, as we know, the United States and China, we set up a relationship about 2 countries. The third story, also one of the most famous lady, Tu Youyou. She won the Nobel Prize for 2015. She used Artemisia annua to treat malaria. Yes, to treat malaria. As we know, this is very widespread in the whole world, especially in Africa. And they use Artemisia annua. So what is Artemisia annua? It's a kind of grass plant. So in ancient China, use them as a Chinese herbal tea, as a Chinese herbal medicine, to treat as a medicine, to treat some people that have fever, and also to treat year by year, day by day. People find this can treat the fever as a malaria. And then they call the name, the disease as a malaria. In ancient China, we call it Nieji. So the Tu Youyou, according to the record of history, she found this Artemisia annua, they have a special function. They can anti-malaria. Yeah. So from those story, we see Chinese medicine really effective. So sometimes when I talk about traditional Chinese medicine, I prefer to translate them as a Chinese medicine. You see, if we translate it as a traditional Chinese medicine, it means this sort of medicine should be traced back for thousands of years. It could be stay at a museum to show people it exists in ancient China, in ancient civilization, it exists. But if we translate it as a Chinese medicine, okay, it's good. We are update, Chinese medicine. We are facing forward. People through the history until now, and also in future, we use herbal medicine. We use the Chinese medicine to treat its effectiveness, workable. Okay, now look at what is Chinese medicine. Really, it's a fascination of TCM culture is involved. As I mentioned, it's an open system of natural medicine. Really, it's a natural medicine. And also, it's an open system. It's not closed, not isolated. Really, it's sure a different model of medicine we are looking for the future. We see it's a wisdom of Chinese medicine science. So it's kind of natural therapy, natural medicine. It's natural therapy, okay? We can see through the history, they are based on so long history, the experience. And also, they also have for the philosophies, the Chinese culture, Chinese philosophy, Oriental, or maybe philosophy. And also, they have very complete theory system. We can call it a science. Yeah, Chinese medicine is a science. They have special law to explain. But this science theory, this science, slightly different from, actually, it's different from biomedicine. And they also have a special technique. They use diagnosis and treatment as we do every day to treat patients, to give the diagnosis for the people. It's so good. So we can quick look at the history of Chinese medicine. If we cross through the whole history, we can find Chinese medicine. It's a crystallization of a big date. Really. As we mentioned, the Artemisia annua, they use this to treat malaria. We can see this is through the history, so long history, so long time, so many doctors, so many cases. they treat day by day. They get the very good relationship among use this herb to treat malaria. It's so effective. So actually, this is a big deed, result of big deed. So as a Chinese medicine, it's actually, we can say, we can look at these two pictures. This is the oracle, you know, the total, the shift of total, the language, language in the, covered in the shift of total. This language actually original from ancient China about 4,000 years ago. You see, people use this sort of language, this character. But during this language, oracle, people research and also find in this oracle, they also discuss about disease. So we see, as a human being, we are fight the disease through so long history. In ancient China, we also heard a story about Fuxi, a king of a kingdom in ancient primitive society in ancient China. They made different types of needles. Now, as we know, these needles, we use it as acupuncture therapy. But at that time, they also use different types of needles. They discovered 9 types of needles to treat disease, as we use as acupuncture. As we know, acupuncture is very effective. And we also find they are one of the most famous classical books, Shenlong's Material Medical. The Shenlong is also a king of a kingdom in ancient China. He tastes the herbs, the plants, day by day, and then find some herbs can use as a medicine, can treat the fever, can stop the pain, and some can cause the disease, can cause the toxic poison. So they separate each of them to use them as a medicine, and then he wrote the book as a Shenlong's Material Medical. This book actually is published at, we see the time. East Han, it's about AD 25 to 220, long time ago, 2,000 years ago. And now we also find the earliest Chinese medical book. The name is as a Yellow Emperor Corner of Medicine. So actually, this is the earliest extant medical corner in China, and also symbolized the formation of a new theoretical system of medicine. So as we know nowadays, we are dominated as by the biomedicine actually is right. But in ancient civilizations, they are totally different. As a Chinese medicine also very different. They take a different point of view to study, to research our human being. So the formation a new theoretic system of medicine. So luckily, nowadays in China, in the world. We also at least have one model of medicine, as we mentioned, as biomedicine. And the second, as we mentioned now, today, the Chinese medicine. Actually, there are two different models of medicine. They are coexistent as a safeguard for our human being. You think it's right? It's good? Really, it's very good. So as a corner of medicine, Emperor's corner of medicine also describe physiology, pathology, diagnosis, and the treatment, even the prevention, disease, include everything. Maybe at the end of this, one day, maybe you will still feel interesting about research, the ancient medicine. Try to read this book. There are many versions, as English version, German version, French version. Yeah, you can find that surely they are original from China, they are Chinese version. But if you in future, if you really feel interesting, want furthermore understand more, this sort of civilization, this sort of model of medicine, I suggest you this book, one of the best book for you to understand, for you to read and understanding the Chinese medicine. So, how did the Chinese medicine develop? Actually, we see the wisdom of Chinese medicine, they are unique. So first, as a concept of holism. Actually, they take holistic procedure to look, to research our human being. This is very, very important view of research and of observation about our human being. And the second is syndrome-based treatment. Actually, this is personalized the diagnosis and the treatment. It's right. When we, as a Chinese medical doctor, we treat patients, give a diagnosis for patients, very according to individual condition, and then give them individual prescription to treatment. And also, we also can find this sort of therapy, actually, it's evidence-based. In the real world, really, you see, it's so long history. They use this sort of principle to treat disease, achieve good result. This is evidence-based medicine, real-world evidence-based medicine. It's not from the laboratory, but it's from the treatment during the long time practice. They remain the medicine, their effectiveness. Those effectiveness medicine can treat the disease, special disease, get good result. So we see, we can take holistic procedure. We are human being. We are human being interrelated with our nature, with our surrounding. It's right. So the correlation between human being and the nature. So the sunlight, the air, the water, actually will influence our health use the natural resources to keep our life, to keep our survival, to develop. If without sunshine, if without the air, clear air, if without water, surely we will no way out. So, as human beings, we are very close related to our nature. Also, we can take this 4 seasons as an example. When spring comes, we feel it's warm. And then it's come to summer. It's turned to hot. And then suddenly it's come to the autumn. We feel coolness. Finally, it's winter come. We are stay at home. It's very cold, so cold. So during the winter time, you will know you have to dress up the clothes. You have to adjust, to keep health. So this is very important. And also, we think, as a human being, we are organic wholeness of the body. That's right. Our human being, our body, they are consisted by tissues or organs, such as vascular or meridian, sensory organs, or limbs, skeleton. All this, they consist our whole human body. But each of them, they are very closely related with each other. It's difficult to separate one part of the body from our whole body. You see, in Chinese medicine, they also have something like this, some map like this. Our human body, they have 5 essential organs, such as heart, liver, spleen, lung, kidney. Each essential organ, they also have a very partner organ, such as heart, they have a small intestinal, and the liver, they are related to the gallbladder, stomach. The spleen, they are related to the stomach, and the lung related to the large intestine. The kidney, they are related to urinary blood. So maybe you will understand the liver and the gallbladder. The gallbladder just attach the liver, it's okay? They are very closely related to the secretion of bile juice. So the gallbladder function also related to the liver function. If the gallbladder infected, surely it will influence the liver. And also if the liver have problem, it also will influence the gallbladder function. So they're correlated. But maybe some old students will feel interested about another patient, such as the lung. They have a large intestine. What kind of relationship? In Chinese medicine, they are very closely related to with each other. We can take an example. There's a pneumonia, inflammation of the lung. in Chinese medicine, we treat the large intestine. We cause the diarrhea and to treat inflammation of lung, achieve good result. So this is relationship among these. But those, and also they are also related to the such, to the surface of our body, such as the tongue, and the eye, mouth, nose, ear. All of this relationship, they also have special network to get them related with each other as a meridian, 经络 as the meridians. So we may say there are some special network in our human body. It's not vascular network, vascular. It's not a nervous system or lymphatic system, but it's meridian system. We, until now, people still use this system to help people to treatment with acupuncture therapy or massage. You see, it works. So I think maybe in future, some of you will be interested about to make a further research, try to find the secretary of what really behind it. Really is difficulty. So far until now, as we know, it still remains the problem, still remains the difficulties. Not people to find that I really what it is, but it works. Okay, now we quick look at the law of our universe in Yang theory. So this is fundamental of traditional Chinese medicine. In ancient civilization, in ancient China, Oriental people, they look at our universe, they just according to their observation, you see. So one part of our earth, we are facing the sunshine. This part, it's daytime. You see, this part is hot. It's fire, hot, bright. Okay, this part is related to the yang. And another opposite. It's under the shadow. It's earth, night, wood, cold. It's right. It's yin. So yin and yang, they are opposite with each other, but they are coexist. We cannot separate them. We are not possible to separate them. They must be coexist. We say daytime, okay, nighttime. Daytime is yang, nighttime is yin, okay? The surface of our desk, this is yang because it's exposure to the sunshine, to the light. But inside the desk, it's under shadow, it's yin. They are coexist. You're not possible to separate them. If we know daytime, I'm not sure when is nighttime. Daytime, nighttime, they are coexist. Hot and cold, they are coexist. If no hot, where is cold? They are opposed with each other, but they are coexist. This is also very important. So as we say, also we take variation of 4 seasons. Spring to summer, surely it's belong to yang. Okay, day by day, it's getting warm and warm. And from autumn to winter, it's impact. It's okay. It's okay. So from autumn coldness to the cold at winter. So each season we get different disease, such as wind disease, heat disease, dry disease, cold disease. As COVID-19, especially as COVID-19, it's really a cold fact. So we see if we catch COVID-19, people, they will have a productive cough. You see the white in color. White in color. Although they have a fever, but the symptoms shows they are cold in nature. So during the winter time, it's a hard time for us. Now we are also exposed to the harder season, cold season. So in some area, also start the COVID-19 come back again. So also pay attention about this. So we also can take this, I show you this pathology, change in our human body. So we see there are two parts. Red one belongs to yang. Black one belongs to yin. Okay. Normally, these two parts, they are in the same level. Keep a balance of human body. Because they are in balance. Okay. But one day, something happened. We see the first appeal in yang. What happened? We see the yang is too much. Although the yin is keep a normal level, but the yang is too much. This can cause the problem. It's so hot. We have a fever. It's okay. And we can look at the second appeal of yin yang. What happened? Do you see this? Something short of. Yeah, the impact short of. Yeah, deficiency, little bit. But the yang part keep normal. It's right. Although the yang part keep normal, but the yin part deficiency, not enough to compare with the yang part. So it also causes the fever, also cause the hot too much, also can cause hot fever, cause our problem as a heat problem. But we know, although they also appear fever, appear the heat syndrome, but we know because this part, those two parts, they are totally different meaning. This first pair, because the yang too much, cause this fever. Second appeal of it, its yin is not enough. It's caused the fever. See, we look at this. Now I think all of you should know what meaning was the last appeal of each. Can you show me? Sure, I know, you know. This part is yin too much. Yin too much. So although the yang is normal, in normal level, but yin too much. it can cause cold. It's right. Where if we put us into the winter time, we will feel so cold. So, and this pair of it, you also will notice, but this is not real. That yang is too small. You also will feel cold, is right? But compare these two parts, you will also find that actually the meaning of it is different to this part because they are in too much. This part because they are young, too short. Although they are also have the same problem as the cold syndrome, but the meaning behind it is different. So as a Chinese medicine, as a Chinese medical doctor, what do we do? We try to make them keep in normal level. Okay, as a middle. We put them, if you too much, we cut it too much. Expel this too much. If you are not enough, we put something to here, to add, to make match. Make two parts a balance, in balance. So this is a key point of Chinese medicine when we give the patient a treatment. It's so important. So I think now, maybe you will understand. Or maybe you will start to thinking about traditional Chinese medicine. Why, through so long history, 5,000 years, there must be some reason to exist. Must be something special behind it, keep him to develop. So this is why. This is one important, the fundamental theory of Chinese medicine as a yin-yang theory. So we will look at something more for you to understand, to help you to understand. So we see Chinese medicine, we also like to highlight, the personality, diagnosis, and the treatment, or syndrome, personality, personalized, individualized therapy or diagnosis. Okay, Chinese medicine, we have some special technique for make diagnosis. We also have tongue diagnosis. Okay, we say tongue. This is tongue. Actually, this is normal. We say it's quite normal tongue. Yeah, so beautiful. It's normal. Okay, we can look at this picture. When patients come to us, we have to take observe the tongue of patient. Why? Because this shows us some important information about this patient condition. You see, when we look at the tongue, actually, we can see here from here, this part actually is tongue body. Okay, tongue body. But the tongue body is covered by the tongue coating. That's right? Covered by tongue coating. So this is same. This is body covered by tongue coating. Okay, we look at the two parts at the beginning. So one is the body, what it looks like, and then is the coating. So now we notice this picture. If the coating is white, okay, we can see the coating is white. It's right. And the Body also pale or white, not red enough. This is in, we call it cold syndrome or in syndrome. And if we see another part here, another picture here, it's yellow, so it's yellow. The coating is yellow. And also the body, you see the body is slightly red in color. We can compare those two, those two pictures. Surely we will know this is young. People have this problem. If you are this talk for you, immediately you will know this is heat insect. Young too much. Heat insect. So yin and yang. This can help us to make a diagnosis. According to this, we can give patient treatment. Okay. And the question? Okay, sorry. It's difficult to directly contact you. But I think you will have many questions want to ask. Later on, we will give you opportunity. So you see, this is another human tongue, okay, coating. Actually, this is no coating. It's a dry coating. It's greasy. This is slippery. What do we find here? Okay, dry coating. It's dryness inside the body. Body fluid. Maybe in Chinese medicine, we think this for this person, their body fluid, short of body fluid, and also this dryness also same. The body fluid not enough. And then this is greasy coating. Okay, we see the word body fluid too much, because the body fluid retention at the body. And then this is slippery, a lot of water. And the edema, often tooth mark we can see. Maybe this case they have edema. And also we see, look at here. The muscles. Okay, this is red, dark red. This is slightly red. This is white. From white to red to dark red, we see this is step by step. It's cool. This is a heat. This is very heat. So as a Chinese medicine, we evaluate each tongue. Each tongue, their body and the coating. And then make diagnosis. And then give them herbs for treatment. So if you want to understand, well, you can look at each with each other. Try to find who is body retented by the what body fluid, or who your the body short of fluid, who is in the cold condition, who in heat condition. It's interesting. It's very easy. It's no difficult for you. I think now I think you are medical students. This is so simple. If you want to learn, if you want to know, only through practice, observe. Okay, do it now. Okay, as syndrome differentiation and treatment in Chinese medicine, we use inspection, listening, smelling, inquiring. Okay, take a pause. Okay, this is another story. The pause is so important. And palpation. To get the symptoms, the signs, and the smooth analyze, induce, and judge, and then make a diagnosis as a syndrome. According to this syndrome, okay, we will say this is a personalized syndrome. Okay, we give them treatment. This treatment, what we are giving to a special person, individual person. So we say this is individualized or individual-based prescription. Good? So easy. Okay, if you feel interested about Chinese medicine, you can read some book. This is I'm the author of those books. Yeah, the clinical reasoning in Chinese medicine is also a very famous book now in this field, Chinese medical field, in international aspect. And also some, sorry, we don't have English version about this book. It's only in Chinese. But if as I know, some of you also know the Chinese language. You are also feel interested about Chinese. If you have interesting, if you can read, you can get those two books in China or in outside of China also. It's available. Okay, now we look at the challenge of our human health in new century. We have enough time? Yeah. So in the new century, we are human body, always keep challenging. You see, the health, the disease, keep challenging for. So such new infectious disease, this year, the last year is very special. Even until now, we are not come out from the pandemic. Infectious disease. In front of infectious disease, what we do? No effective medicine, no vaccine. Not forget, try to find Chinese medicine. So long history, the people, they are fight the pandemic. For so long history, they have gained a very effectiveness in medicine. It can help us survive. Give us survive. We can survive from this medicine. And also we are some healthy. Also, as I know, even this afternoon, there's so many students, you are really studying very diligently. I can assure you often, some of you, maybe you will feel sleepless, insomnia, headache, sore of the pain, feel weakness. Okay, some else. What we should do? If you go to the doctor, they will give you, no, your health, no medicine can offer you. Chinese medicine can do. And even the chronic disease, our human being facing many chronic disease. It's right. Cardiovascular disease, ulcer of stomach, even sleepless, insomnia. All sinusitis is very simple. Sinusitis. Okay. Can you really, with medicine to treat it, to cure it? It's very difficult. But if with the Chinese medicine, you can achieve very good results, I can show you. So also, nowadays we also have to face some disease that induced by the drug. So this is, we're facing a lot of challenge in our human body in the new century. We have to overcome. Who can help us? Only ourselves. So the response of Chinese medicine to the human health challenge. In 1979, the World Health Organization also called health for all, actually, great health for all. Even until now, as a highly advanced science as the United States, he cannot help this. The Europe. So highly advanced medical science, medical technique. Can they help our human being? Maybe, but not for all. When pandemic came, COVID-19 came, so many people died. So, in 1979, the World Health Organization, they call for whole nations to start to develop, utilize, study Chinese medicine. They publish the books and the standardize the terms, and also training the practitioner. Okay, it's so good. So international promotion practice about Chinese. So because under this background, since 1993, I work in Brazil as a visiting professor to training doctors in Brazil. We train them as a Chinese medicine, as acupuncture therapy. Yeah. So during that time, people think, as they told me, that they are the new medicine will come, new model of medicine will happen. Really, it's a big news at that time in Brazil. People amazing. And many patients, many doctors from Brazil, not only from Brazil, so even from United States, America do Sul, many people come to us. We train them, we train them, we treat them. Yeah. It's so good. You see, this patient, we show our students. Actually, these students, they are not ordinary persons, they are medical doctors. Even you see this doctor, they are one of the most famous doctors in that state. That is Curitiba, Paraná state. He researched cardiovascular problem. In 1996, you please look at this picture. Okay, this is old lady. And who knows this man? This is one of the most famous person in the world. San Nujoma, President San Nujoma. Namibia president. This is the mother of San Nujoma. You see, it's me. Okay. It's 20, how many years ago? 1996. 20 years ago, I worked in Namibia as a Chinese medical doctor to help people as the mother of the President San Nujoma. and also many people in that rural area. It's effective. Chinese medicines have effectiveness. So then, 2015, the former president San Yao retired, and then he visited China in Nanjing, and we have a very good meeting. And again, in 2018, he invited me again to Namibia in his farm, private farm. This is 1996 in the State House, in his office. I gave them prescription, and then we take a picture. 20 years later. So I think this friendship, so close, people will remember the history, the time when we get together and try to overcome with the same aim. So we have a very close relationship with each other. This book it's published when I can finish my work in Namibia. If you feel interested, you can find this book in China. But sorry, it's only also in Chinese. This is President San Yao. This is President Yao. First, little bit, then later, little bit. Okay. Okay, just wait a little bit. Move. Okay. And since 2005, I started working in Thailand. This is Bulapa University. We set up our medical center in Bulapa Hospital. So you see, every day we have so many long queue patients. They are waiting for us. Actually, it's really a kind of family. The patient, they can share their happiness, their painful to the people, look just like a family. So the book also we published in Thailand. And then we set up the Confucius Institute based on the traditional Chinese medicine. People are amazing, this culture. So this is Princess Lintong. We meet. She can write Chinese characteristics, calligraphy. And then we move to Chiang Mai University. Those two former presidents, now they are, this is former president. Now this is the president now. We exchange the books. We have international meeting in Thailand. And also we train doctors here. Those international students, but those two doctors, They are from Thailand. This is from Italiano. We also publish a book. Malaysia language are different from Malaysian language different from Thailand, but we use the Thai version. This is Thai version, not Chinese version. And we also join the mobile clinic to treat patients in rheumatic in the deep mountain area. So this is also invited me to as a special advisor to give a lecture in the forum, international forum, invited by the Chulatong princess 2 years ago. And then we also moved to United States to set up our institute to train doctors. So as we understand the Chinese medicine so effectiveness, and we will say, as I understand, the Chinese medicine is an effectiveness of safe. Really is safe and effectiveness. And it's with humility, care. He kills the person through the ancient civilization. And also it's evidence-based. Because you see, through so long history, each item herbs we use nowadays, behind it is huge expense, big evidence. And also Chinese medicine also integration, ancient and modern. It's keep developing. It's keep forward. And it's keeping developing with the times. Okay, maybe it's time for me to give a lecture for all of you, and I will feel interested about feedback from the students. And maybe I think maybe it's a little confused, but it's Chinese medicine. We work for it and to treat disease. Also, we have gained our experience. So I also think in future we have more opportunity to cooperate with each other. Thank you very much. Okay, if you feel more interested, you can, scan this. Okay, all right, thank you.
So thank you very much, Professor Huzhen. So student, do you have any question you need to ask? If you have any question, you can type in the chat box.
Ni hao. 大家好。我想知乎上的许多中医的黑子，我们甚至可以不用去理会它，因为他提出一些问题。 有些大多数的问题是基于他对中医的不了解，对中医不了解的人，我们想说再多的话，他还是不了解，所以不必跟他过多的做讨论。中医的成就其实是有目共睹的。 特别在今天，我们这个 COVID-19 的治疗过程中， 我们已经发现中医确实能够治疗很多这个疾病。从我们在中国温州病区工作出来以后，马上向世界各地，包括法国、德国、意大利。最近我每天都有收到像美国这些巴西、南非都有很多病人叫我们给他治疗。为什么他们那么喜欢？他们那么相信？因为在疫情面前，他得到了救治，取得了好的效果。所以我觉得不要跟他们多说什么。补阴气的药，调理阴气不足，那么有很多的药，养阴的药，就是个很好调理阴气不足的药物，比如西洋参、生地，像这些都可以调理阴气不足。哎，在这里我看大家的中文都写得很好。大家中文那么好，我完全可以用中文跟大家进行交流。也谢谢你的提问。医学交流是个对等的，是一个互动的、相互的。所以这个可能一些美国的一些可能美国的一些机构认为这个中医的体系跟现代西方医学的体系有所不同，还有他们自己的一些想法。这个我觉得不影响整个中医跟世界的交流。中医是在中国的学习，中医是世界的中医，学习中医的人到中国学习，这是一个学习中医的主流方向。所以我也很高兴，我在国际中有很多不同国家的学生，从非洲的到美洲、巴西、美国，欧洲的都有学生到我们这里来学习，而且我们也出去。刚才我在讲座中讲到，我们也出去到国际进行交流。在交流的过程中，主要的任务就是讲学。我到美国去讲学，我到欧洲去讲学，这个也就是一种交流。所以我觉得这个不影响中医它的存在与发展。也不会有太大的影响中医的才子，学习中医的这个学子，他们在将来在学业上的发展。好，非常感谢。你刚才讲到这个是对 COVID-19 治疗是吧？中医对新冠病毒的治疗，我们有化痰消炎的方法也是有这方面的作用，但这不是主要的。其实中医的治疗跟西医的治疗的理念上是有不同的。他就说，其实中医的治疗，它更多的是调整人体的机能状态，自身的抗病能力。而达到自身抗病能力恢复了，让病毒自然驱除了病毒，就病毒不能在里边生存，所以这个自然就起到了抗病毒的作用。 所以有人很喜欢就说，哎，拿这样的例子来说，为什么我们这个化痰消炎的化痰的药，它本身也没有抗病毒的作用，为什么能够治疗这个病毒感染？其实它中医并不是直接针对你这个病毒，它是针对我们自己的身体，把你身体的内环境调整好，病毒没有地方可以生存，生存不了了。这是一点，然后中药的治疗呢，它就在病毒引起人体的反应，因为我刚才说过，它引起了人体的平衡，阴阳的平衡，也就是说，病毒破坏了机体，导致机体的发烧胸闷，那么是阴阳不平衡。那我调整了平衡，你这些病毒引起的这种破坏，对机体的破坏就给你减弱了、消失了、解除了，机体就得到康复。所以这个是中医治疗的根本所在，而且是非常重要的一个所在。也就是说，我们针对病毒免疫风暴immunity storm 这个的调整作用，它是中医起到一个非常非常重要的作用。好，谢谢你的提问。还有什么问题没有？这几个问题都非常好，这说明大家都在思考这个问题，也很关注中医的，担心在中医的一个发展。这位同学，你可能是也学过一点中医啊，这个是这样，这个在大热天食用大量寒性食物，会造成之后的冷天的阳气收敛的问题。这个我是这样想啊，这个每个季节是每个地方季节是不同的，比如我到泰国，泰国跟马来西亚很近，是吧？泰国我们知道，它这个地方很热，跟中国比，跟我的家乡温州比很热，就像我们的夏天一样。所以呢，泰国人比较喜欢吃什么呢？我觉得第一，泰国人喜欢喝冷水。我到了泰国以后，泰国的朋友给我拿出来都是冷水在喝，但是我真的是需要，因为喝了冷水因为太热了。但是呢，喝冷水喝了以后，我觉得胃里不舒服。为什么？这个冷水太寒，而且泰国很多的地方，它都是潮湿、湿气重，所以我甚至会出现一些腹泻。然后在泰国的朋友就叫我吃什么冬阴功、松丹坡。为什么吃这个东西啊？大家知道冬阴功香辣的汤，虾汤，它非常辣。辣的食物有什么作用？就像中药，辣的它有发汗、和胃、温胃，保持了平衡，恢复了机体对寒气，因为饮寒水而引起的那个寒冷，所以这就很好。其实呢，不仅是中国老百姓，就泰国的老百姓都知道，通过这样的一种方法达到阴阳的平衡。那么关于这个阳气的收敛问题呢，其实呢，所以假如我们在吃饭饮食的过程中饮食的过程中，你注意了这些问题，那阳气自然就舒展开来了，它就不会收敛。它还不是一个收敛不收敛的问题，而且是一个凝聚在里边成为寒积固寒，就不会有这样的问题至于，所以不用担心，只要你调整的好就可以。好，大家可以继续提问。我从这几个问题中，我也发现，我们在座的学员中有很多都是学中医的， 这个你们也在思考，确实是这样。将来我也很高兴有机会，我们有更多的机会进行交流。中医这个路很漫长，而且有很多内容需要我们去探索的。Any more questions?
So if student there's no more question. Oh yeah, there's another one more question.
对，好的，这个中西医结合发展的未来有如何看法？我觉得这是一个，中医要发展，中西同样要发展，西医也一定会发展。这是现在在当今医学中已经存在，现在依然存在，将来更同样会存在的不同的模式。那么也就是说，中医在中国我们可以看到，它这种模式应用的非常好。中西医结合之间的中西医在研究中医的研究生命的问题的过程中，他们取长补短，非常有借鉴意义的。所以我觉得呢，这两个中西医结合发展是一条道路，是一条很好的道路，是一条能够解决当今我们疾病的一条道路，医学模式是一个很好的医学模式。我对这个模式看好，但是这里呢要这样说：你在研究中医的时候，你要根据中医的模式去走中医的发展。你要研究中西医结合的时候，你可以根据中西医结合这个模式去发展你的中西医结合。同样，你在研究西医的时候，最好也是根据西医的这个模式去研究发展西医，这个不矛盾，非常有意义。哎，你好，这个中医我们在治疗抑郁症有很多的抑郁症，我们都是通过中药治疗的，而且效果也是非常好。我自己这里也都有些经验，我们跟精神科医院、学院都有些合作治疗这个抑郁症、这个焦虑、抑郁、失眠症等等躯体形式障碍等等，我们都有过治疗。还是这方面可以说中医的阐释，因为我们想想，在古代那么多年，你就是看看那个《伤寒论》里边，它都有对这方面抑郁症的治疗，而且积累的经验非常非常的丰富，所以关注它，我们可以做进一步的了解，可以进一步的交流。好，可以。可能是我们也是时间不够将来有机会我们可以让两个学校创造更多的机会大家做进一步的探讨。
Yeah, so due to the time, so I will end the session now. So thank you, Professor Huzen, for the exciting sharing session today. So I believe our students have learned a lot from you. And also thank you, students who joined in this session. So now all students, please kindly turn on the camera for the group photo session.
大家好，很高兴认识大家。
Okay, so all students, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay, give me a minute.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to page 2.
Okay.
So ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, I'm going to page 3. So ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay, done. So once again, thank you very much, Professor Huzen, for these exciting sharing sessions. And also thank you, our participant who joined this session. And before we end this, to be announced that tomorrow session will start at 10 a.m. Okay, so please be punctual and come in 30 minutes before. Okay, so thank you very much and see you all tomorrow.
See you. Bye-bye.
I've been flipping pages since I could remember. That told me I had
Kenny, can you hear me?
the lines of two
Kenneth, can you hear me?
Yeah, Prof. Jenny, yes.
Kenny, I can claim for my own medical CPD points. Would you be able to send me a link on the email or on my iPhone?
The CPD point.
We have to capture. Wait, I will read the thing to you. As a speaker, you know.
Uh-huh.
So I will tell you. This one, yeah. And event program. I can I add it into my this one, or you have it on email for me?
You mean the evidence or?
The event program, our details, you know. So I'm attending only today and part of tomorrow lah. That's all. But I'm the points are actually for my speaker, as a speaker, you know. They'll give us 5 points for CPD, not your soft skill, our medical one.
I see. So you need the.
I need the evidence. Yeah. That actually,
Okay.
I'm a speaker for here. You have it on your email, the program, is it?
Yeah, I email to you again on that.
Email to me the program, and then we don't have certificates as speakers, right?
No.
Okay. And then I will submit lah after you send to me. Can you
Okay.
send to my WhatsApp as well?
Can.
I see which one can go in, because my my WhatsApp is the photography is a bit stuck at the moment. I have to go to the shop and get it repaired. Yeah.
Okay.
You send to both, then I will see what is the easier one for me to upload lah.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you very much, Kenneth.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, all the best. Bye bye for tomorrow.
Prof. Jenny,
Sorry.
we may send the evidence for the claim.
That is for our points. I will get only 5 points anyway lah. So can I know tomorrow's topic in the morning is what? 10 o'clock.
Tomorrow morning 10 o'clock will be student exchange, and then afternoon session will be closing ceremony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's not very important, but the student exchange means they will collaborate with each other, is it?
Yeah.
Interchange between students.
Yes.
Then not very good for me, right?
If you want to join in, it's okay.
Between the student, they will think, what is this professor spying on them?
You still can join if you wanna. It's okay.
No lah, no need lah. I think if it's between the students, I don't want to, interfere. Yeah.
I see.
Kenneth, all the best for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Very good attendance. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you, Prof.
Remember to send to me.
Yeah, can.
Thank you.
Okay.
Flipping pages since I could remember. That told me I had to be within the lines of 2 degrees and 9 to 5. And I've been working after work since last September. Working after work, yeah. I stay up late on the weekdays. I never tell when we say. I never wanna look back and wish I could have been
Okay, so to all the students, so once again, thank you very much for your participation, and to be announced that the session will close now. Okay, so once again, the last announcement, tomorrow's session will be start at 10 a.m. So please be punctual and come in at 9:30. Okay, and using the same link. Okay, so thank you very much and see you all tomorrow.